We're starting to see cracks in the wall of freedom, and I don't want that wall of freedom to fall down.
One more day, one day more.
Hey there, I'm Jenny. Usually we're here figuring out my 40s here on YouTube, but today we're figuring out why the U.S. Army Chorus sang a song from Les Misérables at the governor's ball at the White House yesterday, Saturday, February 22nd, 2025. I think I know why. I don't know if everyone in the room knew why, but if you are up on current events, you probably have seen this clip. I don't have audio on it because, yeah, it's a really famous song. But if you wanted to hear the song, you can go to another video on YouTube. I'm sure you'll be able to find it. But before you go, hold on, don't go just yet. Let's talk about this. All right, so what you're watching here is the U.S. Army Chorus coming into the governor's ball. They decided to serenade the governors, Trump, and other guests with a dramatic performance of Do You Hear the People Sing, from the musical adaptation of the masterpiece from Victor Hugo, Les Misérables. It was a novel. It was turned into a musical. So this song, it's a song about passion. It's about immediacy. It's about anger. It's about hope. It's about joining a crusade. It's about fighting. That's right. This is a song of protest. The army protest. I'm so happy. Just so happy. I really don't know for sure if the attendees fully understand the significance of the song that they're listening to, especially Trump. I don't think they realize they are in one of the most beautiful protests that they will ever be in their entire life. And this could have gone completely different. Actually, I kind of wish it did. I mean, it was epic. It was like a movie. And in a movie, though, it would have, gone a little differently at the end. But, we're going to get to my favorite part right here. Now, see why these two chorus members are walking toward the center of the room, and they get right up at Trump. Look at that. They're like within feet of Trump. If this were a movie, it probably would have gone a little bit different. But this is reality. Not a movie, reality. But anyway, this is the military protesting, the president protesting our current social situation here in the United States. So I'm going to read, but hopefully it doesn't distract you. You can look at all the mess behind me that eventually will get cleaned up, eventually. So Victor Hugo's Les Misérables provides a stark portrayal of social injustices in 19th century France, particularly the struggles of the poor and the marginalized. It sheds light on issues like poverty, inequality, and the harshness of the legal system, reflecting on similar issues that we have today. We have these same social issues. The story provides a glimpse into the turbulent period in French history, including the French Revolution and its aftermath. The story is set slightly after the revolution, but same time period. It captures the spirit of the times and the struggles of people caught in the midst of social and political upheaval. Victor Hugo doesn't just depict the grand sweeping of historical events. He focuses on the individuals and their lives that get caught up in the struggle. It shows the human cost of inequality and the desperation that fuels rebellion. I love that. And the desperation that fuels rebellion. So Les Misérables gives voice to the marginalized and the oppressed, those who are often ignored in history books. In the story, we see their suffering, their hopes, their reasons for fighting back. Hugo, he explores the difficult choices people have to make when they're trapped in poverty and oppression. He shows how people who don't even break the law can become victims of a larger unjust system, or people who do break the law and they get trapped in a system that will never let them go. So in the opening scene of Les Misérables, Jean Valjean, prisoner 24601, he's being released from prison. He's been in prison for 19 years, and we see, at least I think in the movie, you see, he's having to do a lot of work, and then he's given his papers that he's free to go. So the key conversation in the beginning, it's between Jean Valjean, the prisoner, well, former prisoner, and the prison guard, Javert. Javert, he's he's unforgiving, he embodies the law. He represents the system that has crushed the people, and he views everybody with suspicion and disdain. Everybody is a bad person to him. So Valjean, again, the prisoner, he represents the people, and he's hardened by years of unjust imprisonment. He's filled with resentment and anger. He represents the people. He feels that he has paid his debt to society. But Javert's words, they make it clear that society is not ready to forgive and forget. What does he say? So he hands Valjean his parole papers and says he has to carry these at all times. The papers, they mark him as a former convict, and they restrict his movements. He can't get employed. They restrict his employment opportunities. It's a constant reminder of his past, and it's a barrier to normal life. Even though he's been in prison and he's fulfilled that responsibility that the courts put on him, he's still a prisoner, even though he's out in the real world. So Javert's words are a warning. He says, "You are free, but you are on parole. Any infraction and you will be returned to the galleys." He essentially tells Valjean that he will be watched for the rest of his life, and that any slip up will send him back to prison. Anything he does. So what did Valjean do to get into prison? He stole bread for his starving family. That's it, a loaf of bread. That's all he stole. So this initial encounter, it kind of sets the stage for the rest of the story. His past continues to haunt him even after he served his time. So despite this story taking place in the 19th century in France, it's still so relatable. The themes of poverty and inequality and good versus evil and forgetting the past and moving on to the future. I mean, these are all relevant today. If you have family members or friends that are in prison and get out, they're still stuck in a system. I mean, this is all this is real. This is maybe in a book, but it's so relatable. This song, it's a powerful, moving song. It's an anthem for protest. And I think maybe a song is the best way to start this revolution. So I want to applaud the U.S. Army Chorus for choosing a song of protest. It's really important. I mean, you have a voice. It's a beautiful voice too. And you can make a difference. I mean, thousands of people have already watched the video of you singing on YouTube. And hopefully more people understand the relevance of your choice and take up the fight along with you. I wanted to read the lyrics. I can't have the music, I'm sorry, but really go out and find it because it's a beautiful, beautiful song. So the lyrics, the song goes, "Do you hear the people singing a song of angry men? It is the music of a people who will not be slaves again. When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drums, there is a life about to start when tomorrow comes. Will you join in our crusade?" I mean, really, like the army was asking, will you, governors, will you join in our crusade with us regular people? Will you? Will you be strong and stand with me? Somewhere beyond the barricades, is there a world you long to see? Do you hear the people singing a song of angry men? It is the music of a people who will not be slaves again. Then join in the fight that will give you the right to be free. Then join in the fight for your own liberty. I mean, I'm already getting worked up here. It's beautiful. It's relevant. Will you join a fight? Will I? I've been grappling with going to Europe. I think I'm still going to go to Europe for a couple months over the summer, but I told a lot of people that if Trump got reelected, I wasn't going to be in the U.S. I was going to leave. I've left before. It's, honestly, if you're in that whole America exit deal, it's not that hard to leave America. It's not. Get a passport. Where's my passport? Get your passport. It doesn't take all that long and all that much effort. You just fill out a form, write a check, give a credit card information, and they send you a pretty little book. I'm wondering, do I join in the fight? Do I join in the fight here? Do I go to Europe and join a fight there? I honestly don't know. Listen to that beating in your heart. This is not right. What's happening in our country, it's not right. It really isn't. All right. So I don't think that Trump knew what was going on. I think he was oblivious to the whole situation. He's like, oh, look at that. The pretty people. They're singing. He's not aware. He's not even concerned about us. He's not. If you're MAGA and you're listening to this, thank you for getting this far, but he doesn't care about you. He doesn't. He thinks you're an idiot. He thinks that you're dumb. He thinks that you are not worth anything. His mind is towards the crypto bros. His mind is toward other billionaires. Didn't you just hear that Congress approved a new tax plan that benefits the billionaires? It doesn't benefit us. If you make under, I forgot how much money. Basically, if you make under $100,000 or less, you're paying more in taxes every single year. How is that fair to you versus someone who has multiple houses and yachts and goes on vacation all the time while you're sitting at your job worried about whether you have a job next week or not? You get treated like crap by your boss, get treated like crap by customers, and you think that the government's going to come help you? The government doesn't care about you at all. You are nothing. You are the worker that makes sure that they can pay their masseuse on their yacht next month. Well, I've had my say. You're welcome to have your say. Say I'm ugly. Say I don't know how to deal with my 40s. You know what? When you turn 40, it's almost like you don't care about anything anymore. You just don't care. You can call me ugly. That's fine. It's not very nice. I don't really care. But what I do care about is our freedoms. I've lived in places, I've visited places where people don't have freedoms, as a lot of people have. A lot of like travelers, you go to countries and you notice that in some places they don't have freedoms that you have back in your home country, and we're starting to see cracks in the wall of freedom, and I don't want that wall of freedom to fall down. Maybe we need to take up the fight. On that note, thanks for watching, and there'll be more videos. I've got lots and lots of video ideas in my head and lots getting planned. So thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Bye.
One more day.